Hi, this is Glen Marino, branch manager of Success Mortgage in downtown Naperville, and we're here today with a rising star in the real estate industry, John Litrenta of Macaulay Real Estate. And we thought it'd be great to hear from somebody that's been doing well in the first half, and that we can recharge our batteries and learn from some of the successes that John has had. So let's have John tell us a little bit about what he's been doing and how he's been able to do it. John, welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Can you tell us a little bit about your background, about how long you've been in the industry?
Well, I've been a realtor now for just under a year, a little under a year, and due to circumstances with my previous business, I've been in sales for most of my life, 28 years, and I just thought it'd be a perfect fit to come in and continue selling and doing stuff that I kind of can do on my own, and just work on my own pace and my personality of what I like to do. And it's been great. It's been really, it's been fun interacting with people. That's one of the main things I like, and so far so good.
What attracted you to the real estate industry?
Well, just the idea of that I can sell. That I can sell, I can go out, I can be myself, and I don't really have to sit behind a desk. I can, I was my own boss for 28 years. I ran my own company, so in doing that, I just really felt like this would be something. And and you never know how it's going to turn out or how it's going to be, but I just knew that I had the drive and I wanted to be successful, and I just thought I'd give it a try, and it's been great.
Well, that's great. Well, let's talk about the successes.
Okay.
We've had the flower pot strategy, the expired listing flower pot strategy. Tell us a little bit about your marketing strategies. What is it that you do? What have you accomplished in the first 6 months that maybe some of our listeners can take an inspiration or thought away from that and learn and do something better for themselves in the second half of this year?
Well, that's just been a trial by error, but it's just been great because I mean, think about it. You're just knocking on somebody's door. You're bringing them a flower pot with some information in it that they could be frustrated from their last real estate agent. They could feel like, I don't want to talk to you. I don't want to. But the really great thing about it is everything we went through before was just that the kind of what the coaching, how you put it to me, how you said it at the beginning, was just go there, be brief, state what you want to do, and leave. And I really felt that was great because people didn't really want to sit and be preached to on the doorstep. And the other thing that was remarkable was the amount of response that I've had from just leaving it and people calling back. Whether it would be 10 minutes, 10 days, 10 weeks, 6 months. It's been 6 months on whatever that they call back on.
So have you been consistent? Have you been putting out flower pots, so many a week, so many a day?
Yeah, in the winter months from November to February, I put probably 90 something out there. And then since then, the expireds have been slow in coming, and there's been a few that, and there's, now that I've looked into it more, there's a little more of a strategy how I work. I'll look at an expired and I'll kind of see if it's, is this something I want to go after? And I try to go after as many as I can, but, it's been less, I should say, than previous, but I'm waiting for it. As soon as they're there, I go. I mean, I still probably do a couple, 3 a week. It's not as many as I was doing a couple, 3 a day.
Sure.
But it's just in these months now, everything's not coming off the
And
market.
what has that accomplished for you in the first 6 months? Signed listing agreements. How many listing agreements do you have? Dollar-wise.
Yeah, 10 came from that, and it's like 3.2 million.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
so it's really.
I mean, we would all love to have something like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of knocked out that just from going out and doing this. Because think about it. I mean, go back to last October, September. I have a clue as far as you always hear expired listings. How do you do stuff? How do you do it like that? So it worked, and it worked great. And
how long does it take you to put the flower pot together? Meaning to take it out of the MLS and to create the property website?
Front to start or finish, it's probably no more than 15, 20 minutes.
And then it takes you, what, maybe another 5 minutes to print the marketing materials?
Absolutely, yeah.
And I think you mentioned to me in the past that you've actually been going to the dollar store or something like that and creating these. I don't even know if you're doing pots. I think you're doing coffee mugs.
Yeah, the strategy, it went from looking around, but then I thought, well, I just bought a dollar store coffee mug. Hot glue in the bottom of the styrofoam, and I won't take any credit for that. My wife has been doing all that. Okay, so And then we just put the flowers in and arrange it so the brochures can go in there, and off they go. And it's kind of ironic because the listings that I've gotten I go in, and there's the flower pot. So it's still there. The material may not be there, but there is a flower pot. And I've seen it in all of them. And it's like, I don't know if it's they're thinking like, okay, this is what I got, you know.
So it's the flower pot, or it's the cup of the coffee mug that they're still retaining, still
yeah,
holding on to.
I've seen them in there, you know, in the corner or on the shelf or somewhere near their kitchen. But yeah, I've noticed that all the time. It's like, wow, okay.
So the strategy that, you know, your competition's probably sending them either postcards or they're sending them voice messages, and I think this is proof of, you know, people like to do business with people that they bond and trust with. You're physically going out there with something of value. You're ringing a doorbell, and what time of day are you ringing that doorbell?
Generally, I like to go out between 3:30 and 5, because if the wife is home because, you know, the kids are getting off the bus, or maybe the husband is home early, and I'll go out on Saturdays. So I don't go out on Sundays. I'm not going to book anybody on Sunday, but I'll go out on Saturdays, and I've dropped off a few on Saturdays, but for the most part, it's been during the week, late in the afternoon, and it's worked out well. It's worked out well, and I will have to say this: the last 3 listings from this, they've all said that it's because I was the one that came to their door. It's not so much, and even one listing said they never even looked at the material. They were just impressed that I came to the door, I spoke with them, I gave them something, I showed that I did something to them, and everybody else either mailed postcards or left postcards on their door or left door hangers or something, but nobody physically, you know, spoke with them. And that was kind of something much, you know, and I said, did you look at the material that, you know, I prepared for you? Oh, no, it was just that you were here, and we thought, wow, if you're going to, exactly kind of what you preached before, is that, you know, you did all this work beforehand. So that
results in advance.
Yeah, and then so they think, well, if he did this much work, well, he's got to be good.
Absolutely.
You know?
And then they get a chance to eyeball you, shake your hand,
yeah,
and get to know you as a person.
Exactly. You know, and that all happens probably in what, 20 seconds?
We preach, don't sell anything at the door.
No, that's it. I mean, it's in and out. It's in and out, and yeah, it's worked, and it's worked very well, and I'm not stopping.
Has it worked at all? Have you tried it at all with for sale by owners?
I have not. That's one thing that I just concentrated so much on in the winter with expireds, and I want to go into that because I know, you know, we've talked about that and the procedure to do it, but no, I have not. But it's untapped, so
absolutely
I'm ready to go with that whenever.
Well, we've had the ability to see you be a success. You've had 3.25 million in listing agreements signed up. You're a testimony to doing business with people that, you know, they like you, they bond with you, they trust you. In fact, I think your last listing agreement, the one that said, John, you want to know why I'm signing up with you? And
yes.
And she said, it's because you were the only, you know, she had a stack of postcards,
yeah,
and she had a bunch of voice messages, but you were the only agent that rang the doorbell, shook her hand, and gave her a gift.
That was actually it, and it was the wife, you know, and then, you know, and if you can usually convince the wife, you can convince the husband. So that was, yeah.
Well, let's wrap this up a little bit in the sense that why would somebody want to do business with you? Why would somebody want to do business with Macaulay?
Well, the thing is, business with myself, it's just because of where I'm at and where I was at, I say, with my own business in the past. It's very, I take it real personal when you work with somebody and their wants and their needs, and I think in this business, that's about what this is all about. Because when somebody's selling their house, it's not about if I got time to do this, or it's if they have time, if they want you there, you know. And if you just set your schedule, and if you're there, and if you return every phone call, and you show, and I find that in the first part, what I'm doing this now, you can eliminate a lot of problems. You know, there's problems in everything, but if you just take everything that you have, deal with it, and do it, put it to bed, you'll be okay. But that's my routine, and that's why I like to do stuff, is I won't, you know, push anything off to tomorrow, or say, you know, geez, this guy, I'm not going to handle this, because it's not, you know, do what you're supposed to do. They'll appreciate that. And, you know, as far as Macaulay, they've been great with me, because they everything I've done, they've supported, and it's been very good.
Well, John, we greatly appreciate you being here today. It's fun to hear, fun to see someone being successful in this business, as we know, the inventory is down, and
Yeah.
you know, there's fewer deals to be had, and that you're having the success that you are. So
Yeah.
congratulations. We appreciate you being here today.